Big tech is lying to you. The truth about hype cycles. Wow, this sounds like a good one. Let's take it. What's this? Hello, my name is Chris Athanas. I'm a KMP developer. Tech support said they're for sure coming out Tuesday to close that thing up. They promised this time. We'll see. I'm going to be responding to this big. I haven't watched this yet. I'm watching this for the first time with you guys, so I could get to rant at it or agree, because he's using the word hype cycles with big tech, and that's all about it. Let's just get into it.
Throughout the last 20 years, we've seen an unprecedented number of technologies who were promising to change the world and ended up failing miserably. Just think of 3D TVs, commercial drones, or even more recent trends like the metaverse or NFTs. This topic was always very interesting to me, as one of these technologies, the metaverse, is something I still very much believe in. So I always have a problem with hype cycles, as they're almost always filled with companies and experts who knowingly lie to the public.
How could you believe this guy? Look at this guy and his whole like drinking, getting wasted, like just these scars on the face like that. This guy's into some hard drugs. He's a hard living guy. I don't know. It's like maybe it's like tech people couldn't see that, but this guy like gift scalps. He's got the gift of gab. He's got very long earlobes.
To squeeze a bit of short-term profit and then abandon the technology when it doesn't suit their interest.
Yeah, that's how they do it. It's called pump and dump. It's called a stock pump and dump. They at some point they made that legal again. I don't know which law they broke or passed or got rescinded, but they could just buy their own stock back. Oh, and that pumps the price up. Oh, wow. So the stock price goes up by using the funding of the... It's not a Ponzi scheme. What that feels like a Ponzi scheme. Let's keep going.
You see, I spent the last week reading technology forecasts from the last 10 years from very reputable companies like McKinsey and PwC.
Oh, yeah, real reputable. Okay, let's keep going.
Of course, would never lie to the public. I mean,
never. No, they have zero financial incentive to ever lie to the public about anything. They're hired by private corporations to create papers that they somehow let go and let the public know about. And there's absolutely no financial interest in them portraying the facts in a light that they would like to have portrayed, and whatever that might be. No incentive at all. Let's keep going.
Has McKinsey ever done anything bad?
Never.
Never mind. At least PwC is someone we can all respect.
Come on. How do these people stay in business? Let's keep going.
It seems like all of these were predicting futures that just didn't seem to happen. Overhyping products like segways and technologies such as NFTs.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
it's been constant. There was some switch went off somewhere around 1998 or so, 2003 maybe. Here, hold on a second. All right, I'm gonna keep going. But yeah, they've been hyping this stuff up for so long, and it's just like everyone's at the cycles. Everybody's like, yes, it's the best thing ever. I can't believe we finally have it here. The future has arrived. And then a year later, abandoned. Hyperloop abandoned. Don't want to hear about it. People are scavenging it for copper. It's like, what? No mention, but no, never heard of it. No, don't know anything about it. No. We're just moving on to the next thing. What's the next hype cycle? Oh, AGI. And they define it as when we put $200 billion. You can look this up. When we put $200 billion, that means we achieved AGI. Oh, really? It's a number? A chart? Really? That's AGI? Okay, let's keep going.
From our perspective. As an example, McKinsey, which is often regarded as the most reputable of these Fortune 500 companies, published a report in 2022 where they claimed the metaverse market will reach $4 to $5 trillion by 2030.
Or is this called a pitch deck, lady? It's called a pitch deck. Yes, they're going to claim all kinds of things. That's why any new claim that these guys come up with, if you've been paying attention at all, don't want to get caught in more hype waves, they have to demonstrate all of it, and not just a little chat, like a full-on end-to-end demonstration of what they're talking about. Otherwise, they can just go shut up.
Just for reference, this is the entire size of the German economy. I think they might have been a bit off.
Yeah.
And of course, they apologized and revised their forecasts.
Yeah, of course they apologized.
They just jumped on the next train and now are trying to convince
you. Yes, they have to. Well, they're being hired by companies who are on the stock exchange. And what is going to be their main motivating factor? Is it creating a great product at a great price to serve their customer, or to pump their stock up so they can get the stock option and cash out before the next quarter and this thing falls over? Before this thing falls over, people figured out they lied. And it falls over again, and so before they can sweep in the next hype cycle. Let's keep going.
As a side note, anyone trying to convince you that AI will take so many jobs in the economy that there will be mass unemployment
maybe
is either an idiot or straight up lying to you.
I mean, anytime soon, they'll have to demonstrate all this stuff now. Now we've got to the point where they've been claiming these things for so often. If you're watching this channel for any length of time, it's like you can just say, "Nah, I don't think so." You're gonna have to demonstrate that. I'm not gonna be the first in line. The razor sharp, bleeding edge. You get your fingers all cut up and you lose all your money.
But the reality of 2025 is different. We don't have 3D printed TVs in a 3D metaverse. We just have another hype with AI, which will surely take our jobs and bring about Skynet any day now.
Yes, I mean, maybe one day, and if it does, we won't be part of it. And it'll be just, again, this is what'll happen. If they actually achieve AGI, not the $200 billion mark, the real thing, like super intelligent, human level thinking, all the conceptual stuff, you just get an email one day. Everybody in the world will get an email saying, okay, you're no longer necessary to come into work. Your job has been taken over by a robot, and we're going to still pay you. We're actually going to double your salary. We're going to double your salary, and we'll be sending you a check every month, and no need to come back in. Oh yeah, all your healthcare plan, all that stuff will be paid. Everything will be paid. And all of a sudden, you start to see businesses go out. Boom, 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 boom. There's like only one place, one store that sells everything, and eventually it's like, okay, we're not going to pay you anymore. We're just going to hook a tube up to your house. A feeding tube, that's all you need, and a cable TV. Only the channels. There's only Amazon. All the other companies have been subsidized and coagulated in the government as well. So it's all AI all the time, and you get a feeding tube, and you don't have to go to work. You get to watch Netflix 24/7. That's what you wanted, right?
That I should put wood into my soup whenever I ask it for a recipe. So the question is, why are we being told every 2 to 3 years that we are on the cusp of a technological breakthrough that will
the pump and dump stock thing I just mentioned?
Change the way we live. This is what we will try and uncover in today's video.
All right,
look at hype cycles, why they form, and how they get replaced by new hype cycles.
Let's see what he has to say.
And the answer is actually quite interesting. It's Jeff Bezos. Well, kind of. Don't worry, I'll explain.
Nice go. Speed it up.
If you're a fan of graphs like I am, you might have seen this one. It's the Gartner hype cycle, quite popular in the graph logging community. It tries to describe the hype surrounding emerging technologies. It always starts with a technology.
Right.
This is something like a new technology.
Right, and this is because of the AI movies that they've been saturating our culture with, and all this AI future where, believe it or not, kids watch that stuff when they're little and they go, I want to make that or see that or experience that. And they're going to find 1,000 different experiments from some of those kids are going to go try and implement that stuff. And like, that's the people who get excited about it because they're on the edge of it and they go, oh, it's not quite what it's not what the movie said. Let's keep going.
Technology emerging or a successful product using this tech just being released. Think of OpenAI releasing ChatGPT for the first time as an example. Then we see the hype rise and we reach the peak of inflated expectations. This is where your average NFT bro sells his house to buy a picture of a monkey. Ultimately, as insane expectations don't materialize and VCs, big tech, and consulting firms decide they are now finished milking the metaphorical cow, the hype dies down and we reach the dip of...
Right, when people eventually figure out they've been lying to us once again. Lucy football pulled us as Charlie Brown was running down the field trying to kick the thing. And Lucy pulled once again. We said, no, she said she wasn't going to do it this time, but she promised. But she did it at the end.
Illusion. This is where your average NFT bro sells the before-mentioned picture of a monkey and goes back to working at McDonald's. Now, the majority of these technologies are genuinely useful, and the people who believe in them continue working on them and making them useful. Some, like the gaming industry, surpass even the initial hype, while others, like drones, become quite useful in their niche industries. Others just die, like 3D TVs or NFTs.
Yeah.
But this part of actually making a technology productive is not the topic of this video. What we instead need to talk about is the inflation of expectations and the inevitable deflation of the bubble. And even more importantly, why are they getting more and more extreme with each new technology?
Because they have to lie bigger and bigger to make up for the lie that went over. It's like almost as if it was a papa. Starts with a P, ends with an I, 5 letters. The whole society, the economy is based on this stuff. I don't know. Federal Reserve, what do you think backs that stuff? Nothing. It's like a Ponzi scheme. It's called confidence game, and we're all playing it. It's our whole society and culture. These things always come to an end. This is the first time they tried this, by the way. Just want to let you know, this is the first. We've had a few go-rounds with this. It's just people don't remember. They don't want to remember. They don't bring it up, or think it's different this time because it's electronic digital. It's like, it's the same shit, man. It's the same shit.
The story starts in the early 2000s with Amazon. Not the rainforest, of course, the company. You see, traditionally, investing was simple. You put money into a company which made a profit. If they had a good year, that company would make a profit. Once they made a profit, they would give you, the investor, a small part of that profit. This is called a dividend.
Right.
Now, Jeff decided he didn't like that. Instead, what Jeff decided to do was to tell the investors that he will reinvest all of the profit the company makes to grow it faster. As the company grows faster, more people will buy the stock, increasing its price. Investors would then, instead of relying on dividends, rely on selling the stock in some point in the future for more money. And
Okay,
this
yeah, greater fool theory. It's not that he wasn't first to come up with that. It's been going on the whole damn time. Let's keep going.
actually worked. It made a lot of people a lot of money.
Yeah,
In fact, it has now become the industry standard. Everyone now is trying to become what is called a growth stock. In fact, just looking at the stock market,
right. Well, I mean, isn't that the dream of all capitalists to have a growth stock so big that you get bigger than all your competitors and you become a monopoly? That is the dream. I don't mean to be like poo poo, but that's one of the problems with capitalism is it goes to monopolies. And once they start buying politicians out in a Republican form of democracy, it's super easy to buy a politician because it's just get him into office and keep his campaign going. This isn't a secret to anybody, is it?
companies paying dividends fell from 100% in 1983 to just below 60% in 2011. Everyone now is trying to be a growth stock.
Yeah,
but
of
as I
course,
explained,
that's all there is left. What do you think? What else? What do you want to be a not growth stock? Do you want to stay in business or go out of business? This is the choice in the Ponzi scheme that you have to either keep growing. You have to. I got itchy nose. You got to keep growing the stock. Otherwise, you fall out because everyone else is now playing this game. Because it's a Ponzi. I don't know how to explain it. It's a Ponzi scheme. If you're not doing that, you're not going to be. I don't know what the hell. It's like this is not.
This seems to be great for all the parties
science.
involved. As the stock price grows, it makes more people invest, and both the companies and the investors make more money.
Yes.
There is only one problem: the company needs to grow. As soon as it stops growing, it's not a growth stock anymore.
Right.
These companies and their stock prices can collapse to nothing in a matter of months if they stop growing.
Yeah.
All of them
like all the rest of them did that don't play this game because for some reason they don't have the friends involved or the media or whatever. They're not imaginative or they don't have the good slick talking con men who can. Oh, this is going to be a forever booming economy. It's like not with a Ponzi scheme. Not with a massive parasite class sucking off of it. You can and cheating people and lying to them. You think no, it's a sustainable model. The lying and the cheating of everyone that actually participates in it. We could just milk them for the rest of their lives. Make sure you pay your 401k.
are dependent on basically infinite
bastards.
Growth. Now, infinite growth is hard to achieve because it's unrealistic. The bigger you get,
yeah, it's completely unrealistic. But in a Ponzi scheme environment, you must do it.
Harder it is to grow at the same rate. For example, a company making $1,000 just needs to make another $100 to grow by 10%, while a company making $1 million needs to grow by $100,000 to have the same growth rate.
Yes.
So what happens if you're a growth stock?
The Ponzi scheme mathematics. That's correct.
And your sales are not growing. This, my friends, is where the hype cycle gets in.
Right.
You see, some big brain individual once figured out that you don't actually need to grow to get investors. You just need to make investors think you will grow.
Yeah, that's been the whole thing the whole time. And sometimes you're right and it's realistic and you're just a regular dividend. And sometimes you just lie so well that people get involved. They think it's so amazing that they're willing to hype it up to the moon. I was like, yes, this is America. This is America in the 20th and 21st century. This is how we roll.
The easiest way to do this is to take a technology that is just emerging, hype it up to absolutely unrealistic.
Yes, look, we got sci-fi movies, we got Hollywood, we got Netflix streaming, we got all kinds of series coming out showing all of the wonderful future of the things that, all the negative stuff, all the positive, the whole thing.
And convince your investors that you're an all-knowing, smooth-brained individual, and that if they doubt you, AI will take your jobs.
Yes.
And this is it. It's really as simple as this. Big tech companies are the main cause. They create hype cycles to keep themselves.
It's not the high. They're not high tech companies. They're just purveyors of dreams. That little hobbits, little people, if they can get involved with, will actually make come true. If it's possible physically, like in the realm of physics, to have it come true, by getting kids that were little kids watching TV sci-fi movies to like dream one day about becoming an engineer and going through all the hell that has to happen and keeping that alive, and then having someone encourage that and hire them on and let them try to run. Most of them are going to fuck up and do something retarded, but like there's going to be a few that comes up with something amazing. So like if you don't have that culture and understanding, it's not going to happen. So yes, the hype waves are Western culture. Like all these gods and for the nation and it's just what is all that stuff? That's hype waves, man. Gotta win for the nation. It's just a bunch of elites murdering, telling you to murder another group of elites that are doing the same thing. This is nothing new. Okay, let's keep going.
Well invested while the hype is ongoing, and then move on to the next manufactured hype cycle when it
yeah, that's all manufactured. They have to. They have to.
Not the only ones benefiting from the constant hype cycles. Other industries such as venture capital and consulting have made quite a lot of money.
It's all in. That's who the people are that are doing it. And because we have no grounding in science, reality, common sense left, because we have 18 years of indoctrination of some nasty bullshit called public school, it was just child abuse. And then you'll come out like you're expected to like navigate what's real, what's not real, what's possible, what's not possible, as a whole human race. These guys got us over a barrel. Let's keep going.
Cycles as well. With venture capital, the play is simple. They want to fund as many startups as they can doing the cool new thing, and then sell them off before the hype cycle dies.
Yes.
It's kind of like...
It's also a patronage network to keep people on their team who are willing to go do this stuff employed. And also the people that can't see what is actually happening, pay them enough to just shut up and if we can help, and they're just can't see it clearly, we'll use them too. And if you think it's too big or too much, you can say something about it. But good luck going over the megaphone, their hype waves, like, hey, I think you might be exaggerating a little bit. It's like, shut up, we're making money here, fool.
Playing a game of hot potato, with the person holding the metaphorical potato at the end not actually having enough money to afford a real potato.
Correct. That is the game. It's called a Ponzi scheme. This is the definition. I know it's very convoluted and seems like, no, this is so different. No, it's the same shit, just a little more sophisticated, using the current thing, hype, whatever you want to call it. It's just con games. Come on, let's keep going.
Artists who are doing completely useless things, being funded by major VC companies, because it doesn't matter if they actually succeed.
Correct.
All that matters is they sound cool and get acquired before the hype dies down.
Exactly.
On the less cool side, there are the traditional companies selling traditional products.
Correct.
These are not growth stocks, but they all try and pretend that they are, because this is what
makes the most because they have to.
One of the best examples of this bullshit is Under Armour, who are a sports apparel manufacturer, and in 2017, they announced they are no longer making training shorts that make your crotch look uncomfortably visible, but are instead a tech company. Why do they do this? Well, they aren't stupid. They understand they're still more or less a textile firm. But that is boring. What is not boring, however, was jumping on the big data hype train that was popular at the time.
You gotta get on. You want to grow or you want to die? Here's we're making underwear for sports business. Do you want to grow or do you want to die? Well, our sports business wear is doing quite well, but we're starting to hit our limit of growth. It's like, well, there's only one way to get involved with the growth stuff, is to stay and do the growth thing, right? We're doing over here. Well, I guess we could possibly get involved with some watches and maybe some heart monitoring.
Saying they are now using some big data magic.
No, we're a tech company now.
To make themselves a big data health company. This worked out fantastically for them, as since then their stock is down by 80% since 2016, as the big data hype cycle just died down.
Yeah.
They're not the only example. In fact,
they'll be back. Don't worry.
Of this idiotic trend of hype chasing, which often results in these traditional companies getting badly burned by strategies which focus on chasing a golden rabbit instead of focusing on their business fundamentals. Just like Under Armour.
Yeah. Do you want to? But the ones that survived through that gauntlet that you actually know the name of, right? They're still here, and the other one that didn't, you don't know their names because they didn't fail, so they failed away. They were vaporized. And there's all kinds of players coming up trying to do this stuff, and some of them are going to take the rocket ship. I don't know what to tell you. This is, if you want to succeed in a Ponzi, if you want to win in the fixed game, you got to do the fixed game rules, which is this hype wave crap. I don't know what to tell you.
Apparel, but instead lost a whole lot of money and a whole lot of time on chasing a pipe dream. But who makes money by these big companies chasing these trends?
The VC, stock investor, stock trader, deal makers, they make a lot of money. Well, you know they do.
Well, it's consulting companies.
Oh, the consulting, the McKinseys, the sales guys, the consulting. You want to come get con? We'll show you how to con. You guys, you want to do a con on you, or we're going to do a con on somebody? Oh, we're doing a con on somebody else, but we're going to con you to con somebody else so we get involved with this Ponzi scheme machine. Just keep going.
See, whenever new technology needs to be implemented, a big company has a big consulting firm that is always ready to help.
Yeah, of course. Oh, you need some help with this? We can. Oh, yeah. I have no idea what you're talking about. Go find some guys that know what they're talking about. Okay, we're gonna go. Okay, now we're gonna tell them. Okay, oh, we're gonna tell them this, tell them that. Okay, yes, we have a crack team. They are specialists in this. They've been doing this for a while, so we're going to go ahead and get involved with this AGI thing. Let's go.
Although most of the time they have no actual clue about the technology that they are actually implementing. They just dump it on the juniors and analysts to figure it out.
But they offloaded it, right? The company's not doing it. It's the consulting company did it. And this team over here, we just took their information and implemented it. We have no idea what's going on. We just did what they told us.
Behind every major company announcing they are now a tech company or doing some PR push where they announce they're implementing some new technology in a way that doesn't even really make sense, there is a consulting company who's being paid millions for delivering this.
Absolutely.
This is now the main...
And they're going to get their money worth. Millions to raise tens of millions, hundreds of millions. Totally worth it. I mean, if I was in their shoes, I would do the same thing. Now, do you think that there's actually real tech companies behind this? We got tech. We're gonna come out with some worlds. You ain't seen nothing like this yet. Oh, it didn't quite work out. Nobody remembers. Nobody cares. We're on to the next thing. We're doing AGI now. It's a pretty big deal.
Strategy for consulting companies. This is why, as soon as you see any new tech emerge, the first thing you see are forecasts from the big consulting companies and VCs as well, convincing you that we'll all live in the metaverse, have a 3D printer at home, or live in a jobless society where AI will do your taxes or something.
I mean, if you live in a jobless society, AI ain't gonna do your taxes. You're just gonna have a feeding tube up to your house and no place else to shop except Amazon, and no other shows to watch except Netflix. That'll be your existence. It's not UBI, it's a feeding tube.
So far, we've looked at the winners of this game, who benefit from the hype cycles. But who are the losers? The biggest negative effect of this is that these hype cycles end up hurting these technologies in the long term.
No
and
shit,
they end up hurting
Tracy.
people who honestly believe in them and are not just putting on a show for investors.
Yeah.
The hype puts unrealistic expectations on a lot of these technologies and companies developing them.
Yes.
People lose interest.
Yes, but these companies and people get to make money off it. In the meantime, this is America. Most things don't work out, but still people got to go to work. We got to keep that money printer working. We got to keep that money. We got to fund the 401k with the stock options.
Interest once these expectations are not met. The best example is the metaverse. A technology that now many people look at as a failure.
No, the best thing was a blockchain. Oh, everything's a blockchain. Oh my God. Oh, like, dude. Or what was the other one? Microservices. Everything you can just scale forever. Oh, Jesus. No problems with that approach.
And refrain from investing in it. But which had, and what I believe still has, incredible potential. In 2021, during the height of the metaverse hype, everyone was super hyped up. And Facebook even changed their name.
Ridiculous.
They presented unrealistic expectations of what can it do and what currently exists on the market.
Yeah,
and it ended up just becoming a laughingstock on the internet for a while.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. They spent billions on that thing, and it still looked like a cartoon. Definitely pump and dump. Definitely a pump and dump scheme. Who is that stuff designed for? That stuff looks like totally like for little kids, like children. Like, who is this for? I thought the metaverse was gonna be some amazing place. Oh my God, I've never seen anything like it. Can I make a store there? No, just go to stores. Can I make a store there? No, you have the special browser. You might have to get the API developer kit. No, I can't just go in and like I would in this universe and make a store. Like I could go build it and you could do the payment processing, take their piece, whatever. I can get multiple payment process. No, just not. No. That's for only for Nike and Under Armour. They're involved in the project, so you can just wait.
And everyone took turns in defining the metaverse in their own way, from Microsoft and Nvidia to NFTs and the crypto community. Everyone wanted a chunk of the hype and the investment, and no one actually thought about what users wanted. They just wanted a quick cash out or an increase in the stock price. This ended up filling the
right. These are salesmen here, man, and the customer ain't you and me. The customer's freaking Wall Street and the hype cycle. This is really gonna be a big deal, guys. We're looking at total addressable market of 26 billion. Really, 26 billion. Let's keep going.
Metaverse with so much toxicity that now, once the hype is over, spaces which are real metaverses, such as Fortnite or Roblox, and are growing as fast as ever, don't even want to call themselves metaverses because the term got so much negative baggage associated with it during its hype cycle.
How is this improved? Okay, that improves us. How?
All the companies and industries who were completely misusing the term and made it toxic have now moved on to do the same thing with AI.
They're misusing the term. No. They're using the term. Misusing it? No. They're using it for their own purposes. For the sales, I keep talking about the sales numbers. We got to get these sales up if we're going to stay in business. And when there's another guy doing the same thing down the street, so unless you get involved with the pumping of the stock, you're going to be out of business. So what are they going to do? Go out of business? And be honest and go out of business? Hell no! Come on, this is America.
And once it happens to AI, they will move on to the next trend, and the cycle will continue.
Yeah.
So what should we do? Well, we can just be patient with technologies and give them time to grow and mature without putting unrealistic hype and expectations on them. There will always be hype cycles. Let's just not overinflate them. Because the result might be killing the
Well, no. I mean, it's just become aware of this and go, you know what? I'm going to have to see that demonstrated. That's all you got to say is like, hey, that sounds pretty good, but I'm going to have to see that demonstrated because you guys have lost your, oh my God, this is amazing card. No, that was before. Now you have to demonstrate it. If they're ever going to do that anymore. They don't want to demonstrate it because it's not for us, right? It's for the sales guys to keep the Ponzi scheme going. And I'm going to try and keep going as well. Give me a like and subscribe, and I'll try and fix my lighting in here. It's totally messed up.